Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre EX automatic. The car's covered just 38,000 miles from new, so just one owner with a lovely history. Really nice car. I'm going to go around it for you. I don't normally do my videos here, so I do apologise. It's not mine, but they're doing work where we are, so I'm trying to do them where I can. Front of the car, nice and clean. Lights and lenses are clear and intact. There's no cracks or condensation in them. Bottom of the car, very, very clean indeed. Then near side of the vehicle, nice and smooth in the panel work. There's no sort of car parking things that sort of immediately jump out at me. So excuse my shadow. Back around this way so you can see. Coming around the back of the car, very nice indeed. Side of the vehicle, again, generally very good. There's the odd tiny little sort of, I guess, sort of age-related marks or little stone chips, the odd minor touch-in, but for a 10-year-old car, obviously it's done low mileage, it's done it rather nicely. Coming to the back of the car now, absolutely cavernous boot. It's been kept really, really nicely. It's coming into the back. The wind's just picked up, I do apologise, so I'm hoping you can hear me okay. It's all going against me today. Black leather interior, again, kept very, very nicely indeed. Let's come to the front and the passenger side, again, all very nice. Passenger seat there, in very, very good condition. Finally come to the driver's door card, again, all very nice. Footwell areas nice and clean. Obviously full set of original Honda mats in the car. Driver's seat again, with just the normal way, they just slide in and out over the years, but again, very good order. Finally inside the car, as always the engine's running, so dash can be seen illuminated, which is in a lovely condition. Sat nav you can see working exactly as it should. Let's put the car into reverse, again likewise rear parking camera, all working exactly as intended. And quickly show you the binnacle, 38,199 miles. And there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual, pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre EX automatic. The car is registered, if I can see it, LN13NXY, and with a mileage of just 38,190 recorded. The reason we do these videos, and actually especially this road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of our cars, they get to see the very car advertised actually in operation. And the reason we feel it's important is because, like loads of people, we've been to see cars which looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, but only to get there and find out it's got an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car. We also do it on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is then it'll be representative of what you'd feel should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, pardon me, hopefully as you know from the advert, it's kind of the perfect car in some ways. You know, one owner from new, very low mileage, full service history all the way through. It's just a wonderful machine, and it drives exactly as you'd expect. But as always, I'm going to go through all the major controls, starting with the engine, which starts instantly, settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. And temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. The engine's an absolute gem. It's got all the attributes you'd expect of any Honda vehicle, in the sense that it's, you know, noted for being incredibly reliable and long-lasting. Cam chain driven, no cam belts to worry about on them. But more than that, it's just a lovely, lovely engine to use day in, day out. It's very sweet and smooth. It's got a lovely power delivery. Picks up really smoothly all the way through the rev range of the vehicle. But a lovely unit, really is. Engine then feeds into the auto gearbox. Again, as with any Honda automatic, very tough, very reliable. gear ratios clearly chosen to exploit the engine at its best in terms of fuel economy and performance. All the gear changes are slick and smooth on the move, as you'd expect, as I said. Notwithstanding that, you should always do the same checks with any automatic car, regardless of how their reputation may be. Just make sure that, you know, on the move the gear changes are indeed smooth, but also when you select drive and reverse stationary, it doesn't engage with a great clunk in every respect. This one's absolutely perfect, of course. Coming to the steering and chassis, really beautifully set up cars. Very, very car-like to drive, unlike some of their competitors, which feel much more, you know, like vans by comparison. Steering's beautifully weighted, nice and accurate and precise. Feels very confidence-inspiring on the road. Never unsettles the car, and it feels tight and taut on the move. The chassis, likewise, Honda have given you a car that, you know, is designed predominantly to be a very comfortable, smooth riding car, which it achieves absolutely perfectly. But on top of that, it's here to be able to get through corners like this without lolloping about, again, like so many of its competitors do. And it flows through corners really nicely. You know, that's not to say they're sports cars, they are not. But what they are is brilliant at what they do. Absolutely brilliant. It also tracks nice and straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. And the suspension exhibits absolutely no rattles, clonks, thunks, nothing from underneath. It's all in fine fettle. Brakes on the car, again, really good solid brake pedal on the car, powerful without any pulsing or juddering coming back through the steering at all. So again, all in good order. Worth pointing out, the car is actually going to be going for an independent MOT prior to sale, so all these things are going to be checked anyway, but it's nice to feel it on the move. Then coming inside the car, which has just come to us, it's not been cleaned yet. It's going to be cleaned, obviously. It is very clean in here. The CR-V's always been a nice place to sit. You've got superb visibility all around the car, which gives you a real sense of being in control of the vehicle. Again, unlike so many where you feel slightly overwhelmed, this doesn't. You know, the visibility is really your friend in the car. The seating positions absolutely brilliant. The seats themselves are superbly comfortable. Obviously, a multitude of adjustments can be made on them. And the dash layout itself, although, you know, it's a top of the range car, very highly equipped for the age of the vehicle, is also, you know, within a day or two of driving the car, becomes second nature very quickly. I have to say, I've literally just in the last few days I've bought one of the very latest CR-V, well, not the latest one, the one in between, the 18 plate ones and onwards, and a lovely car, of course, but the dashboard is much more fussy than this. I can just get in and drive. The new one, it's just more complicated. It doesn't need to be, but this is lovely and all working perfectly. As you can see, sat nav functioning exactly as it should. Dual zone climate control system, so you can have different temperatures side to side. Pumps out lovely cold air, because we tried it in a nice warm workshop a little bit earlier. All of the switch gear, as is always the case with Honda, has that lovely tactile quality feel to it. Every button, everything you actuate feels, you know, very thoroughly engineered, and it is. Dash itself, in terms of the dash binnacle in front, is really crisp, lovely detailing, and again far better than the next generation that I've got. You just take the information in more easily. I think the new one's a retrograde step in that way, at least. Then you've got this lovely small diameter steering wheel, which feels absolutely great in hand. The other thing worth mentioning is build quality. They are beautifully made cars. You know, my pet hate is always the road testers that get in cars. They judge everything by how squidgy their plastics are and how thunky the doors sound. And you know, I wish they'd come back to those cars in 10 years' time and see just how well they're faring, because that's where the Hondas are brilliant, because they design the cars for the use they're going to have. So in essence, they know this is going to be kind of a heavily used family car, and so they make it resistant to it, and it's very clever. So yes, you've got some soft stuff here, you've got some harder stuff up here, harder stuff down here, but it's so you can just wipe it clean, go again, and there's no squeaks, no rattles, everything's solid as a rock in here. Beautifully done. Finally, this is a four-wheel drive version of the CR-V, albeit you don't press any buttons or do anything. Honda, I was working for them when the first one came out. It worked out very quickly that most people will be driving as I am right now, where you don't need four-wheel drive on. So basically, it's genius. It runs in two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, the most efficient way to pull the car along, and it does that 99% of the time. Only if it needs to go into four-wheel drive will it do so. If it senses the front wheels starting to lose grip on snow, mud or ice, before you've even got time to react yourself, it's already brought in the four-wheel drive, and utterly seamlessly, and it is brilliant. The advantages are blindingly obvious. You're going to get through your fuel and tyres less quickly, and it puts far less mechanical stress to the vehicle because it's not being utilised. The car, as you'd expect, drives absolutely beautifully. Cannot fault it in any way, shape or form.